Permit me to recount an unsettling episode from my tenure on the night shift at a modest hotel, occurring approximately a year ago. The memory persists, haunting me with its disquieting ambiguity. The individual's motives remain opaque, leaving a lingering dread intensified by the realization of his prolonged, unauthorized presence, unnoticed by me. The hotel was a small establishment comprising 3 floors with roughly 40 rooms. It saw sparse activity, typically hosting 10 to 15 guests on weeknights. My shift from 10:00 p.m. to 6:00 a.m. was often tranquil, aligning with my preference for solitude. I managed administrative tasks, occasionally reviewed security footage, or during lulls engaged with online content on my device. The lobby was modest, a reception desk, adjacent seating with a television, and vending machines in a corner. Behind the desk lay a compact office with a computer, chair, and glass panel affording a view of the foyer. After hours, the main entrance locked automatically, requiring guests to signal for entry via intercom, which I would remotely unlock. Post-midnight activity was minimal save for occasional late arrivals. Yet one night around 11:00, an encounter unfolded that still evokes visceral unease. A man signaled for entry. I granted access. He appeared mid-40s, tall, lean yet not gaunt, clad in jeans and a cap, with a backpack in tow. He approached the desk, inquiring about room availability. I confirmed and provided the rate. He nodded, producing a card. The transaction processed, and I issued a key for room 214 on the 2nd floor. His gaze lingered briefly, expression impassive, eyes fixed on me for 3 or 4 seconds after receiving the key. He then proceeded toward the elevator. Nothing overtly alarming, yet his demeanor was notable. I resumed my seat, engaging with my device. Around midnight, I glanced up. He had returned, bypassing the desk to settle in the lounge area. The television was off, yet he sat facing it. I attributed this to possible insomnia. Some guests linger thus. But after 30 minutes, his stillness struck me. He was neither browsing, reading, nor resting. He gazed fixedly at the blank screen. Retrieving water from the vending machine, I sensed his head turn, tracking my movement across the lobby. I avoided direct eye contact, but his scrutiny persisted until I returned to the desk, stirring profound discomfort. Around 1:00 a.m., I perused the reservation system out of idleness, uncovering an anomaly. Room 214 was listed as vacant. Muttering in disbelief, I verified again. I had checked him in scarcely an hour prior. Suspecting an error, I reviewed the logs. No record of his name or transaction. The payment screen showed no activity. I distinctly recalled the card swipe and confirmation, yet the system reflected nothing. I dialed room 214. It rang unanswered 10 times. The key card log indicated no entry to the room. It dawned on me. He had never proceeded to the assigned suite. Glancing at the lounge, he remained, transfixed by the dormant screen. A sinking dread gripped me. I deliberated, considering a system glitch, but the absence of entry and payment records clarified his non-guest status. I observed for another 15 minutes. At 1:30, I approached, inquiring if all was well. He turned expressionless, citing sleeplessness, then resumed his vigil. I nodded, retreating to the desk, hands trembling. By 2:00, he had vacated the lounge. Alarms surged. Scanning the area, I spotted him at the hallway's end near the restrooms, shrouded in shadow, motionless. I feigned computer work, monitoring surreptitiously. He lingered, then returned to the lounge as if unperturbed. I contacted my manager at home, detailing the situation. Groggy, she advised vigilance and police contact if threats emerged. Disconnecting, I felt the scenario already menacing, yet options were scarce. Reviewing security footage, I observed him traversing the first-floor corridor, pausing at its terminus for several minutes before retracing. He later entered the stairwell, lingering 10 minutes, purpose unknown. Each glance revealed his relocation. Vending area, elevators, or dimly lit corners always observing. By 3:30, my tolerance waned. I contacted the non-emergency police line, reporting a probable non-guest. They assured dispatch. Awaiting response, he advanced closer, standing 15 feet from the desk, gazing unblinkingly. I mimed typing, breath shallow with fear. At 3:50, the intercom sounded. I hoped for police, but it was a late guest. Admitting them swiftly, I noted the man's eyes tracking the newcomer across the lobby, intensifying my unease as if he were analyzing. Minutes later, he vanished. Footage revealed him stationed outside a first-floor guest room door, motionless. I escalated to 911, reporting his proximity to occupied quarters, intent unclear. Officers were dispatched. Monitoring intently, he lingered 3 minutes, then returned to the lobby. Approaching the desk, he leaned in, inquiring softly about food, his tone chillingly subdued. I directed him to the vending machines. A faint smile preceded his retreat. I fixated on the clock, urging police arrival. At 4:10, 2 officers entered. I indicated him in the lounge. They engaged him briefly. Requesting identification and posing inaudible queries, they escorted him out. An officer returned, clarifying he was no guest, his card stolen with no luggage or reservation. He had feigned legitimacy for access. Charges included trespassing and fraud. Post-departure, I trembled until shift's end. Each camera glance anticipated his return. His hours-long undetected wandering, hallways, door vigils, covert observation, profoundly unsettled me. His presence was wholly illicit. His intentions remain elusive, but assuredly malign. That night remains my most harrowing. Music. I'm Meredith, 24, employed nocturnally at a small gas station off County Road 11, a locale unnoticed save by necessity or disorientation. The role's predictability once appealed. That changed one Thursday around 1:00 a.m. The air was humid, the fluorescent hum grating. Preparing to heat an unappealing pastry, the door chimed. A man entered, mid-40s or older, in a green coat, hair disheveled, lips parched, suggesting prolonged solemnity. Bypassing typical purchases, he stood counter-adjacent, gazing with unsettling familiarity. "Greetings," I offered politely. He responded, "You consistently work these hours." Startled, I confirmed tentatively. He smiled. I surmised. "I've passed through, noted your presence." Disquiet veiled, I deflected. "Indeed, small town." He persisted. "Meredith, correct." I froze, no name tag. Before I could inquire, he noted my handwriting on the board announcing Cinnamon Coffee's return. Most dot their eyes circularly. "Yours are slashed, deliberate." I remained silent. He purchased nothing, merely scrutinized my reactions before nodding. "Paul," he introduced. "Mere curiosity." He departed into the fog. Thereafter, his appearances were sporadic, not nightly, yet frequent enough to dispel coincidence. Sometimes entering, sometimes idling in a darkened vehicle at the lot's edge. One night, I attempted disregard. He entered, bought water, and lingered. "You're reserved tonight," he observed. "Extended shift," I muttered. He surveyed the store methodically. "Solitude must weigh, alone in the dark, miles from aid," he mused neutrally, as if discussing weather. I recoiled, inquiring further needs. He tilted his head. "The back door's always locked, prudent. I've noted your 2:00 a.m. checks." My stomach churned. I offered no reply. "I'll leave you to it," he said softly, almost contrite. "No discomfort intended." He exited. Henceforth, I approached my vehicle defensively, keys weaponized. A tire iron rested beneath the counter. Home adjustments followed. New curtains, locked bathroom doors despite solitude. His absences, sometimes week-long, heightened tension through unpredictability. A Polaroid left post-break captured me refilling the washer fluid, alarmingly close. No note, but red ink circled slashed eyes on the label. Next encounter, I demanded departure, threatening police. Paul nodded. I've overstepped. You're stalking, I accused, voice faltering, loathing the vulnerability. You're often misunderstood. I thought attention might resonate, he countered. That's obsession, I retorted. Unfazed, he mused, would smiles and banalities normalize me, ignoring your oversized shoes or fatigue's eyelid twitch. I dialed 911. He stood passive as police arrived, unresisting. Their search revealed a notebook chronicling my schedule, attire, and provisions. One page bore my name in tightening loops, devolving into chaos. To officers, he insisted, mere observation, innate curiosity. A restraining order followed swiftly. I ceased night shifts, relocated 2 hours away via transfer, yet trailing headlights still evoke dread. His practiced utterance of my name lingers, as if rehearsed. This account follows last night's events. I'm a 22-year-old female, 2 months into overnight shifts at a 24-hour gas station. I cover Thursday through Saturday, my colleague Max, Sundays through Wednesdays. At 2:30 a.m., Max and his friend Ben visited for coffee and greetings, both giddy from earlier psychedelic use, providing amusement. Amid casual talk, Ben noted a car idling darkly in the lot, present before their arrival. Questioned, the occupant claimed to await a DoorDash order. Plausible, yet no orders had arrived in 2 hours. My backroom cleaning obscured the lot from view. Initially dismissed, solitude amplified the oddity, duration unknown. An hour later, they returned for refills. Max detailed the car's obscured position, invisible from the register. Throughout their hour outdoors with Max's dog, the occupant alternated between watching them and apparent texting. Ben, inebriated, confronted him. "Why observe us?" The man feigned linguistic ignorance, then cited a mistaken address before fleeing. Max noted the car's pristine condition, plateless, with blankets suggestive of concealment. A second plateless vehicle arrived, departing in tandem. Max lingered 15 minutes, urging vigilance. At 6:00 a.m., sober, he returned, elaborating. The occupant's incessant phone checks and surveillance of lot and store unnerved him, prompting a welfare check. We concurred. Their presence likely averted peril. My carried knife seemed inadequate against multiple actors. Their playful presence may have deterred catastrophe. I work tonight, updates to follow. Regrettably, an update at 3:00 a.m. While mopping, 4 patrons entered for coffee and snacks. One inquired about a distant idling car, lights off. Dread surged. They described a plateless Subaru with 2 arguing occupants. I disclosed the prior night's similar incident. Fueling, they noted its presence upon arrival, lingering as they filled up. Passing, they overheard animated discussion and gestures toward the store. One approached, the car reversed and fled. Linking it to the previous night, they offered to remain. Assured it was no burden, they stayed 20 minutes, ensuring safety. I offered complimentary coffee refills. The shift concluded uneventfully, though trash duty was cautious. I never saw the car, relying on others' alerts. Initially hopping for paranoia, its recurrence validates concern. Timed obscurity suggests intent. I'm grateful for the group's presence, averting potential confrontation. I'm off for days, hopping for absence upon return. Music, I'm Daniel, 29, manning nights at a family-owned rural motel, 2 floors, 25 rooms. Nightly traffic is sparse, suiting my reserved nature. The office features a desk, chairs, coffee machine, and brochure rack. A rear lounge offers a desk, couch, fridge, and television, with a speaker alerting to front desk bells. Familiar sounds, creaks, heater clicks, card swipes define the rhythm, yet overthinking amplifies unease. One Tuesday last fall, around 2:00 a.m. The bell sounded. I entered the office empty. No activity outside, the lot held only guest vehicles. The bell's clarity dismissed imagination. I waited, then returned to the lounge, scrolling my device. 10 minutes later, another ring, again, no one. Chills emerged. I stepped outside, the lot and road were lifeless. I stationed at the desk, suspecting a prank. After 15 quiet minutes, I relaxed, resuming laptop use. Then the bell rang again. My head snapped up empty. Skin crawling, I searched the lobby and exterior, finding nothing. I dimmed lights, sat vigilantly, every sound amplified. Ticking clock, humming fridge, settling creaks. 20 minutes passed. I nearly dozed, believing it over. Then the bell rang. A pale hand rose from beneath the desk, pressing it. I leapt up, chair toppling, and fled to the locked lounge, heart pounding. The desk's confined space implied deliberate concealment. On the monitor, the chair lay tipped. A head emerged, eyes glinting at the camera. I dialed 911, whispering of an intruder. The figure crawled out, hooded, hunched, packing the lobby. He approached the rear hallway. The door rattled once. I froze. Footsteps receded. He paced again, lingered at the doors, then rifled brochures mockingly. Police lights appeared. He bolted. Officers found a rock propping the door, but no intruder. The hand's calm press haunts me. That desk, that bell, forever altered.